Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of In the Moment. I'm your host, Michael Jones, and today I have the pleasure of having Lindsey Weller as my guest. She was behind the scenes. She has a very eclectic resume in life, and I want to hear all about it. She was someone who was involved with field hockey, if I'm correct, at some point
Right,
in your life.
yes, good memory.
And in about 2016, she decided she wanted to get into acting and modeling.
Yep.
So we're going to dive into that. And currently, right now, you are in Maryland?
In Virginia, but very
Oh,
close. So I'm in
okay.
the DC area. So the DMV, all those the Maryland and Virginia right outside DC.
Okay.
It's its own little bubble.
Okay. I love
So
that it's called the DMV. That's awesome.
yeah. There's its own. I know. So just because it's so easy to get from one to the other,
Hmm.
so the suburbs that are close to DC are known as like the DMV, and then they're so different from the parts of Maryland and Virginia that are farther out. It's
Wow.
almost like its own little state.
Okay. Well, here's the funny thing, and please, I implore all of my listeners, all of you, I'm trying to get more audience, to check out her website. And man, here's what I enjoy about your website. I mean, just you in general, because I've seen some videos and everything. Your range of photography is off the charts crazy, like in a great way. Like literally just seeing all the different looks that you have. It's incredible. Like I see the freckles, and I don't see the freckles. I see the blonde hair, I see the brown hair, all these things, and then just all the and there's some beautiful, beautiful, amazing shots. Like I love this one. It's like a silhouette, and you're like kind of hanging off of a mountain above the water,
Yes.
ocean.
Yes. Oh, yes. That was in the Bahamas.
Okay.
That's one of my favorite shots. That is actually there was this ladder. Um, so actually, I don't know if a lot of people might know. So boudoir photography is one of my favorite. We can talk about that
Which
too.
I
I
was going to
fell
get
in love with
into.
it.
Yes.
Yeah, I fell in love with it. I was originally just doing it to build my portfolio, but I fell in love with it. And one of the photographers that I follow is Jean-Philippe Peter, and he's French, and he photographs in many places, and one of the places he photographs in is the Bahamas. So I
Wow.
just took a chance and reached
Yeah.
out to him. I mean, he does beautiful work, and so I actually met him down there for a little bit, and he
Right.
was great. We had a wonderful time, and that was one of the shots we got when I was down there.
Okay.
We had this house that overlooked the water there, like on this big cliff, and
Hmm.
there was this
Yeah.
rickety ladder that went down.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh my gosh, how cool would it be if we could try to get something where he was like, I'm going to be in the water. You're going to be there. We're going to see what we can
Yeah.
get. And it was a workout. It
Beautiful
was
shot.
really, really hard to get, but it was worth it, but really, really, really hard to get. I'm glad you like, I think it looks a lot more graceful than I
Yeah.
felt I was doing it. It did not feel like it looked that graceful,
Well, it's
but
very artistic. Well, okay, so I do want to get into the boudoir and how all that works.
sure.
So, again, if you look at Lindsay's vast amount of work, it's very eclectic. You got to see, here's the model, here's the fitness person, here's like that mom look. There's so many different genres, and I've seen like even your reel, a lot of I don't want to say it's corporate videos, but more of like those. Would they be corporate videos? Like more like the
Sure, sure. Like I do a lot of they probably be industrial, some of them are
industrial. Sorry, I
industrial
forgot about that.
or
Industrial. You have a lot of
as a
that.
host.
Hmm.
Yes, yes.
So okay, so what led you? At what point did you say, okay, you know what? I want to try this. And I look at your success. I mean, it looks like you've been working nonstop with all these clients, and only from 2016, we're looking at 10 years now. And your resume is like it's incredible. It's really, especially where you are, without being in LA or in New York. You know?
Thank you so much. That really means a lot, especially coming from somebody seasoned like yourself. That means the world to me. It's, you know, I did theater when I was a kid
Okay.
and loved it. I did some community theater. I did theater all the way through middle school, and then the field hockey took over. I kind of transitioned into sports in high school because you
Right.
just kind of can't do it all. You sort of
Mhm.
have to end up picking. You just don't have time for everything. And so I did field hockey and lacrosse in high school. I was really focused on that, and then I played field hockey through college. So it
Wow.
really was off my radar. I mean,
Uh-huh.
I wasn't thinking of it as a career. I was not one of those kids who was like, "This is what I'm going to do." I didn't go to college for the arts or anything
Yeah.
like that. And so I was thinking I was a psychology and English major in
Okay.
college. So I came out, and my first job out of college was in TV production at
Hmm.
the local Fox 5 station here in DC. And I was thinking journalism. I really like to write. So I was
Okay.
like, oh, I'll get in here and I'll write for the news or do something for the news. Um, and that was a great experience, but crazy hours
Hmm.
and
Oh,
just
yeah.
kind of not the vibe I needed. I
Right.
don't think it was something like I didn't love it enough for
Hmm.
how intense it was.
Right.
And so I went back to grad school. I got my master's in psychology. So I did, and then I had some marketing jobs. I did all these things in my 20s. My 20s was what your 20s are usually about for a lot of people, trying to find what you want to do and jumping around a little bit. So I was sitting at my marketing or my desk in the marketing department at the Washington Nationals. That was my last job before I decided to do
Yeah.
this.
And that's the
And
baseball team, right? The
yes,
Nationals.
yes,
Okay.
the baseball team here, yes. And I was in the marketing department there, and I was done with my work, and I was just spinning around in my chair, one of those like spinning chairs with the wheels.
Yeah.
And I I just sort of was thinking, I don't know if I can do this forever.
Hmm.
I mean, I was like, I am not even 30 and
Wow.
I'm already bored. Like
Yeah.
I've been bored at everything, every office thing I've
Hmm.
done, I've been bored. I'm bored, I'm bored, I'm
Hmm.
bored. I can't picture myself sitting here forever.
Wow.
So I was like, what do I really like to do? And I had been doing a few sporadic things in front of the camera
Hmm.
throughout my 20s, just a few things. Because I had been reintroduced to the camera actually back at Fox. A videographer there was starting his photography business. So I was doing a little
Oh,
bit of modeling, which I
okay.
hadn't done before, and I was really
Yeah.
liking it. So a couple weeks later, I was like, I'm gonna go for it because I really love to be in front of the camera.
Nice.
And I have my background now. I have all this experience, so I can always go back to the normal stuff
Right.
if I so that was 10 years ago. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard. It is not,
Well,
it
I think,
hasn't
yeah, I think that's the
been
people
easy.
forget. Like, still, even if it's just a photo shoot, you still have people, lights, gear, camera. You're sitting around waiting. You got to wait for the light. I mean, yeah, it's not a glamorous. I mean, it's glamorous to a point, but it's work, and I think people forget that. When I'm on friends, like,
Yes.
oh my gosh, you work in movies. I'm like, yeah, but you sit around for like 8 hours then you work for like an hour. It's just that's just part of the norm.
You
I
have
tell
to,
people when
so
I'm working a 12-hour day, that's a short day for me.
oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, it's funny that it came full circle, sort of, because I was just saying the Fox job, the first job had out of college, I was like,
Yeah.
I don't love this enough for how intense it is,
Hmm.
how much you have, like the 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. morning news shift, right?
Right.
I
Right.
don't love this enough for that. But if I got a role on a movie,
Hmm.
right, or if I got a role, I would work 2 a.m. to 10 a.m., right? I would do that
Not
because
if,
I love
when.
it that much.
Yeah.
Because I've figured it out after, that's what I figured out. I was like, this is what I love that much.
Nice.
And, I always make the joke. I think my life would be a lot easier if I loved something else that much. but, but I don't. And so, here we are. And it's a grind.
Hmm.
It's a grind, especially like you said, living where I live. Although I guess the good thing now is we're kind of it doesn't matter as much as it used to.
Right.
And so that's the message I keep getting from people
For sure.
also in terms of agents and
Yeah. Yeah.
agencies and things like that. So um, there's a lot to be had. It's just a matter of how much
Right.
do you love, how much do you want it?
Well, here's a question because, and I would love to see, or, like, if you remember, like, what was your actual first shot? Like, what was the first thing you did, and like, what's the last one you did? I would love to see that comparison
Oh
of
yeah.
10 years. You know, but so with what you were doing, and now you've transcended, and I want to ask the question because it's called boudoir bedroom, correct? Is that how, did I say it right?
It's
Or
just boudoir photography is usually what
boudoir
people
photography. And
yeah,
to the audience, this is more of a, I want to say, upscale, classy, not particularly nude, but just the vibe and feel of, I'm going to say, women embracing their femininity in a sensual but safe but powerful way.
sure.
And I find it more elegant, and it
Yes.
reminds me very much of the black and whites of Helmut Newton.
Yes.
Or even sometimes, like even the earlier Playboys, which I always felt like Playboy was at least artistic and stylized. It wasn't
I
gratuitous. It wasn't,
agree. I
yeah.
completely agree.
And
Yes.
that's what I feel. So what you're doing. So what led you to that? Because it's one thing to be a model, but now say, okay, I'm really going to expose myself in the sense of I'm putting myself out there.
Right.
And especially as we get older and things change and all this stuff,
Sure.
and you're like, hey, I don't give a fuck. This is who I am. This is my body. And it's beautiful. And it's not only you, but there's another person. So can you kind of explain what that transition was and how it works for you?
Sure. So when you're building I was model focused at first, like very focused on the modeling piece of things, and it's gradually evolved. So the acting is a huge focus of mine now too. But
Right.
the modeling, it just like anything, right? You want to build a portfolio. So same with acting. But so the modeling part, you kind of want to show your diversity, like you said. So the fact that you said mine's very diverse and I can be a chameleon,
Mhm.
that's my goal.
Yeah.
Always my goal. Like I can, if I can accomplish that, I'm doing a
Yeah.
good job. So, you want to try to build your portfolio and book shoots with different photographers who capture different things.
Mhm.
And I had a mentor at the time, and she was like, "You should book a boudoir shoot. Just have some lingerie shots, just so you have that in your portfolio."
Right.
But she recommended a photographer around here to me, Marco Ibanez, and I booked a shoot with him
Okay.
and a few actually, I think like three, and I started to really fall in love with it. And he was sort of just starting out as well, so we were both working for
Uh-huh.
trade,
Nice.
because we both needed the photos,
Right. Yeah.
and so we became really good friends. And he has since become one of the foremost I mean, he is very well known now, one of the foremost
Wow.
boudoir photographers. So we still shoot together all the time.
Nice.
And then so our careers kind of grew
Mhm.
together. And, you know, so I was not planning on really focusing on that at all.
Mhm.
But I fell in love with it. And I think for a number of reasons, and it's become very important to me for a number of reasons.
Mhm.
I think initially I wasn't expecting to feel so empowered by it.
Wow.
I was just thinking, it was,
Mhm.
photos for my portfolio. And,
Sure.
I mean, I love photo shoots, so
Mhm.
it would be fun, but I wasn't thinking that it was going to make me feel that way. And it's such a
Wow.
different, it's something that not everybody does. And
Mhm.
it captures something that I think a lot of people are afraid of,
Yeah, for
is
sure.
stigmatized
Yes.
still.
Mhm.
Believe, I mean, I still have a hard time believing how stigmatized it is.
Yeah.
Even though we consume it all the time, but then people judge it. It's really it's
Yeah.
so I can't figure it out. But so I felt so I was like, it's
Mhm.
this side of you that especially women, you often get judged for embracing. I
Yeah.
mean, you're objectified all the time, but then if
Yeah.
you choose to to
Embrace
own
it.
it,
You still get
yes,
in
you
trouble.
get,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, you're damned if you do, and damned if you don't. So I
Absolutely.
was like,
Absolutely.
well, like, if I love this so much and
Mhm.
if this feels good, and also I
Mhm.
was like, if this makes me feel this good, like
Right.
maybe I want to try to spread that
Mhm.
and encourage that for other women.
Yeah.
And maybe this is a way for me, because we all have insecurities, right? I
Yeah.
mean, as silly as it sounds, I mean, people would look at my pictures and say, "Oh my gosh, you're so beautiful," and stuff, which I totally appreciate. But
Yeah.
sometimes you see things that other people don't see. I mean, we
We
all
always
have.
see the flaws, always, no matter what.
You just have, yeah, and
Mhm.
and then flaws are so subjective. So like flaws, I mean,
I know.
it doesn't. So it just it's a way to sort of force yourself. Force might not be the right word. Encourage yourself
Yeah. Uh-huh.
to accept
Mhm.
all of that. To
For
accept
sure.
whatever, right? Like you look how beautiful you look. And like, "Oh, I didn't even know I could look like that. Is that me?" Like, a lot of
Yeah.
times people say that. They don't even
Yeah.
recognize that it's them in the photo. And
Mhm.
so, I wanted to try to I just latched onto that, I think, and then it became sort of something. And then the stigma part, the psychology piece of my brain is always at work. So I
Yeah.
kept thinking, "This is so interesting that people get judged for this, or that, I get
Well,
flagged on Instagram all the time for this, or that,
no, I know.
like,
See,
they
that's
I
the funny thing because I can only imagine that was because if you do go to your Instagram, you see some of the shots. Again, it's not gratuitous. It's just beautiful modeling shots. There's worse stuff out there. I'm
Yeah.
surprised makes it all the time.
Yep.
which is more violent or whatever,
Uh,
whatever it is, insensitive stuff, but at least yours is, more of a tasteful. But also
right.
too, in some of your photography with that, it's not only you, but there's another individual, a woman with you,
Yeah.
and it's not even like, oh, it's a lesbian. It's I don't take it. It's just two women posing
Yeah.
with the beauty of light and shadows in an artistic way, and you can interpret it however you want. So
Exactly.
you seem to be working with her a lot, but then also too, if I'm correct, the both of you do something where you invite other people to be photographed as well.
So what we did, this is actually the first time we have done this, and we're hoping to do. I have a section on my website now that talks about
Mhm.
it. We haven't set up other sessions yet, but
Okay.
we every year we go to this huge photography conference in Vegas.
Hmm.
It's called WPPI, and there is a whole group of boudoir photographers who come every year. So they have different sections,
Wow.
and
Okay.
everybody comes for different reasons. You have wedding photographers, and there's
Uh-huh.
a whole day and
Mhm.
stuff dedicated to
Right.
education for different things. So boudoir photographers will come. So um, my friend and I, who goes as well, she also does boudoir modeling. We were like, what if we present this opportunity for people? Because usually you don't see a whole lot of that,
Yeah.
to the opportunity to shoot two women together. And this could help people's businesses also because a lot of people shoot couples.
Right.
Um, and so you can learn how to pose, how to direct two
Hmm.
people, how to photograph when two people are there. So we were like, this could be really educational for people,
Right.
and it can also be just a good example of whatever you exactly what you
Mhm.
said, which is that the great thing about art. I mean, because it could be that for some people could look at it and be like, that is so like, oh wow, they're a couple, that's so sweet, and that's
Right.
fine with me. I mean, we're not, but like,
Right.
if that's what you see, that's okay.
For sure.
And if you see something else, that's okay too. That's the great thing about art is it's open
Yeah.
to interpretation. And so we offered this for the first time. We had photographers come and they were able to, again, build their portfolios and said they would come for different sessions.
Right.
We had about six, I think, at each session. So we did about 4 or 5 sessions over the course of this conference, and it went over really well. It was great.
Well, listen, I think it's incredible, and people expanding new opportunities, and to do something like that, and then inviting other people who maybe too are going to be insecure, or whatever. Then they're going to feel comfortable. And sometimes you want to have portraits inside the house or whatever it is. I do like the
Sure.
idea of people exploring
Yes.
certain things and not being afraid. You see people now kind of embracing their body shape no matter what it is. They're like, hey, this is it. I can't change it. It is the
Mhm.
way it is.
Yep.
Get over it.
Yeah.
I go to the gym. I was at my trainer today and I love it. And I'm feeling great in certain areas and I know where I'm strong and I see it in other areas. I'm like, and he's like, yeah, but I also know I can't compare myself to other people, which I do. Oh,
No,
he's got a six pack. He's got a whatever. Like, well, that we all have different body types, and we're
totally.
always it's in our face, in our face, in our face, and we're always that's what we're supposed to look like, and that's not true
Yeah.
at all. It's
No.
about what's in here and how you feel,
Yep.
and then
Exactly.
that's where the beauty comes from. That's where the energy, and then if I feel good about that, and
Yes.
that's what I take away when I look at your photographs. You're just in a happy place, enjoying yourself. You
And
know,
I think I credit the industry really for, and this is funny because I think a lot of people maybe don't. It depends when you start. I think having started later actually was a benefit for
right?
me because I sort of knew myself a little
For
better
sure.
when I started. But I also think having all these different experiences enabled me to get to know myself
Hmm.
better through the
Right.
industry, actually doing all these different things, and then particularly boudoir photography
Yeah.
because it's so personal, and because it's so you make yourself so vulnerable.
Right.
I think there you can't hide really.
Hmm.
And so I think it really is I mean, I would never encourage somebody to do it who I didn't think could handle it. Right. I mean,
For
no,
sure.
you should never,
Yeah.
it's definitely something you have to be ready for. You have to
Yeah.
really feel ready for.
You
But
are exposing yourself, and to an
yeah, I
extent,
mean, to
and
an
we're all
extent,
getting
yeah.
judged. We're all getting judged no matter what. You can take a
Oh, for
regular
sure.
selfie and post it on Instagram or whatever. You're still going to get judged. So
So, well, I just figured, I might as well. And I still, I will be honest and say I still think about that all the time. I
yeah,
mean, I won't say it doesn't really go away.
right,
There's sometimes where I'm like, maybe I should like take that down, or maybe I should, I'm going out for a part or something, and I'm like,
right.
I don't know how they're gonna feel about it, and And then at the end of the day, I'm like, I just
Yeah.
I just don't, maybe that then I guess that part's not supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
Like I guess if that's really going to be the make or break, like if they
Right.
don't see it in a positive way,
For
then
sure.
maybe, so I won't say I don't think about that. But when people ask me all the time, aren't you afraid it's gonna, interfere with things sometimes? And I'm like, I mean, yeah, I guess,
But that could be anything. That can be anything.
but I'm like, at least I'm being authentic and honest. So I don't know how else to be, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't. It would feel disingenuous to take it down. It would feel like I'm having to hide or something
Mhm.
if I had felt like I was being forced to take it down or something like that.
Yeah.
It feels almost. I would hope people would think of it as, you know, brave and a
Mhm.
good message because, I always think about my captions and everything when I'm putting stuff up like that too. And
Right.
so the messaging and everything on my website is very well thought out and very, there's purpose behind it for me. So it's not just for the sake of it, it
Right.
really. So which it's fine if it's for the sake of it too, but for me it's not. It's more than that. Again, I'm saying I'm with you. We're not
Yeah.
judging. I'm not judging
Yeah.
anybody, but
Well, okay, so what else are you working on right now? Like, what is coming down the pike, or is there anything else? Besides modeling, what else are you into? What else are you doing for yourself? I like to ask people, like, are there any particular books or goals or things that you set for yourself that we all have something, we all have our passions, but we all also have something else. So, what else is that excites Lindsay?
well, I love to travel. Um, so a goal of mine I can't remember when I started this, but I like to try to go to a new place every year
Oh,
for
nice.
at least a
Okay.
little bit. That's a goal of mine. I mean, there's so many places I want to go.
Right. Right.
So I'm trying to think what this year will be. I am going actually I'm going on a boat trip.
Okay.
It's a group of friends of mine. I've
Nice.
been on this, I say boat trip, that's what I call it. It sounds silly, but so it's a catamaran trip. We
Oh,
live on a catamaran
okay.
for it's big. It's about a 50 something foot catamaran. It
Oh,
sleeps
okay.
about 14 people.
Oh my gosh.
And so, yep. So we live on that for about 10 days.
Nice.
And this year we're going to the Sea of Cortez,
Okay.
is in between the Baja Peninsula of Mexico and the mainland of
Okay.
Mexico. So
All right.
over
Nice.
on the western side there. So we're gonna
Mhm.
sail around there. So I've been to Mexico before, so I don't know if that technically
Well,
counts as
it's
a new
different, and
place.
it sounds
But
like an
yeah,
interesting.
I
Yeah.
haven't done any sailing around there,
Yeah.
so that kind of I'm gonna go ahead and count
That's
that.
good. Nice. It's always
Hopefully,
nice
but
to do
yeah,
something.
the year is still young, so hopefully there's
Okay.
another place in there too. I'm also a crazy animal person, particularly dogs.
Yeah, I
So
see two of them behind you. Oh, I see the photographs.
that's actually such an old picture. So
Oh,
unfortunately, this guy's not here anymore. But
okay.
that was Shay,
All
and
right.
that's my sister's dog, Toby. He's
Okay.
13 now.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Nice.
Um, yes. So crazy dog lady. So
Okay.
I dog sit on the side too. So I
Nice.
do that a lot.
Like Rover or something?
So I do it through a company called Fetch and Favor, and
Oh,
they're based
okay.
they're based around here. Yeah,
Nice.
she's looking to expand. A
Mhm.
friend of mine, Annie, runs it. She does a wonderful job. So
Nice. Okay.
she runs it around here, so I do it through her.
Nice.
And what else is happening? I'm in the process of but this is work related, so I don't know. I've been so focused on work recently. I don't know if this counts as an answer, but I'm in the process of trying to secure some bigger acting representation.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's nothing's a done deal yet. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna not jinx it,
Okay.
knock on wood, but I'm working on it. Things
Nice.
are hopefully looking up. So hopefully I will
Mhm.
have some more exciting things to report in the near future.
And
But that's
would that
like
be something like outside of your area more, like say the New York's,
yeah,
LA's type of? Okay.
yes.
Nice.
So
Good.
that's
Yeah.
which I probably could have gone for earlier. It was one of those things where I just wanted to feel extra ready. And I wanted that
Yeah.
resume to be,
Mhm.
when I put it in front of
Yeah.
somebody, I wanted them to have like the reaction that you had. Like, wow,
You are where you need to be, and like I said, I'm very impressed with
thank
your website
you.
and your vast amount of work in 10 years. Like literally, I know people have been working for years and they don't have that much stuff.
Thank you.
So give credit to yourself. especially being in, considered not a large market,
Sure.
and you have been, I see it and I look at success. I don't know what that means to you, but I think you should be very proud of what you've accomplished
Thank
in those
you.
10 years, you know?
Yeah. I'm my toughest critic. I
Oh
don't know
yeah,
about you.
yeah,
So
we
yeah.
all are. We,
I
we
need to
all
do
are.
better. I'm getting better. I'm getting much better about giving myself credit for the things. So,
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's
thank
very
you.
hard.
That means the world. That
No,
means the world.
seriously. So what
Yeah.
else? Like, what's in your playlist, right? I always like to ask people, like, what are you reading? What music are you into? What's your
Oh
go-to
my
for the moment?
gosh. Man, music is all over the map for
Okay.
me. It
Yeah.
is and also I have to say I'm that annoying person who doesn't know the names of like I for some
Yeah.
reason it doesn't stick. I can't tell you. And sometimes I can tell you who sings something,
That's
but a
yeah.
lot of
We
times I
don't know
can't. I
everything.
just know the song comes on and I'm like, I love this song, but I don't, I don't know who sings it. I'm getting better about that too.
Nice.
But yeah, it's all over the map. I am so mood driven when it comes to music.
Yeah.
So it really depends. Who
I
have
hear
I
you.
been? I really like Halsey. I really like Billie Eilish.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So who else? Who else is in the running? Who else have been listening to a lot lately? I've actually been, I feel like I'm way behind on what's current on like current music
Oh
because I've
yeah.
been, I'm like a same with with TV shows and stuff. I'm a reruns gal.
Oh yeah. For
That's my
sure.
happy place, sitcom reruns and
Yeah.
everything. And I feel like I'm the same way with music. I
Mhm.
go to my comfort
Oh,
zones.
absolutely.
So I
And
have
I
been,
get overwhelmed. There's so much stuff that comes out,
yes.
and
Oh
it
my
is too
God.
much. And I'm like, who are you? What are you even singing? Are you going to be relevant next week? And I kind of go back to the standards. I'm like, okay, let
Yeah,
me just stick
exactly.
with
I
that.
know. So I so I was woefully behind, like, I don't know, probably years behind. I was like,
Mhm.
I don't know, I probably missed a whole bunch.
Yeah.
So I actually did the other day put on whatever Spotify's, I don't know, like the best, the recent top 100, whatever it is, like the
Mhm.
top 100
Yeah.
top, like right now or something
Uh-huh.
like that. So I got some new
Okay.
ones.
That's
I
good.
got some new ones going on. But yeah,
Mhm.
I'm the same with TV shows. I am the worst. I always say I'm like a terrible, terrible actor in terms of keeping up with everything because I was like,
Oh,
everybody's like, have you seen this and this? And I'm like,
I know.
I'm
Again,
like,
there's
no,
just
you
there's too
have
much
to. It's
stuff.
so good. I'm like, I know. I just have to be in the mood. I haven't
Yeah,
been in the mood. I'd
it's
have
very
to. I
tough.
can't just watch it.
No, it's very tough. I have to be in the same mood too. And my girlfriend and I, we just been catching up on Survivor because I've been a super fan of Survivor, and she just started recently, so we've been watching them from the beginning. Because I've never watched. I'm like,
Oh my
why do I need to watch them
God.
again? So we're on season 27. We're going in order. So we'll do
I
that.
can't believe it's still on. It's one of those
I
shows where it's like,
yeah.
I mean, not that it's crazy. Like
I
it's just so long.
We were there. We were there at the live season 50 finale. We
Were
got
you?
invited. Yeah, it was fantastic. Again, it's my favorite. I'm all Survivor and I love it. And so we got to go and attend, and I met a bunch of the players. It was fantastic. So
So
yeah,
is it, are they
season
on?
50. So that's 25 years. It's season 50 just aired. So they're shooting 52 right now. So yeah,
Wow.
they do
Yeah,
two a
because
year.
I remember when it came out, it was a
Yeah,
huge deal.
yeah.
I remember. I mean, I've
2000.
definitely watched some of the
Yeah, yeah,
seasons.
yeah. It's stuff like that I enjoy. Again, like right now, it's basketball or something, or I haven't even had a chance to go to the movies. I'm behind. Which is fine. I have a lot of work going on. I'm just reading. I find myself reading books right now. I'm just like I can't get enough. I'm just buying more books and listening to books. It's just like crazy. So
I also go through these phases. This is the psychology kicking in. Either documentaries. I don't know
oh
if you're a
yeah,
documentary person.
oh yeah,
I love those and true crime. I
yeah. We
mean,
just watched
I
the
fit
one,
the
the
female
crash, the one about
stereotype.
the car, that whole thing. We just
Yep,
watched
I
that one.
watched
Yep,
that one.
yep.
So I've been on a couple weeks, and it goes through these phases, and then I'll get off of
Yeah.
it for a little bit. I'll be like, okay, I've had enough of that for a while, and I'll go
Oh
back to
yeah.
my six.
I
Oh, there
watched
you
that
go.
one. I was late to the table. The one Serial, that whole thing. I came to that
Yes.
late and I got obsessed and I was like, I'm gonna solve it. I'm gonna solve it
Oh my God.
myself. And
The Adnan one.
yeah, I went through
Yes.
everything because I didn't even know about the podcast. I watched whatever the HBO one. So then I did the whole podcast. Then I'm like
Oh,
doing charts and graphs. I'm gonna figure it out. And I'm like, okay, then I
oh my
stopped. I
God.
go on these
That was an
tangents.
incredible podcast. I also listened to. I'm behind on podcasts too, but I really enjoy podcasts as
Yeah.
well.
Nice.
Conan O'Brien's one of my favorite
Okay,
podcasts.
that's
If
good.
you ever need a good dose of humor, I mean, he's sort of, I guess some people, he's not their cup of tea. I think he's
Uh,
really funny. He interviews great people
okay, good.
all over the map. So that's
Everyone's
one.
got their thing.
Hmm?
So what else, in regards, I mean, do you have an actual day job that you do, or this is pretty much this is your life? This is what you are able to focus on, and so that's fantastic.
Yeah, this is my focus. I
Mhm.
do the pet sitting on the side, and I have over the course of 10 years filled in the gaps with
Nice.
all
Okay.
sorts of other random things.
Right.
When I first started, I drove Uber for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, typical
Yeah.
actor stuff, filling in the financial gaps. And I won't lie and say that I still don't have to do that sometimes. I mean, I don't drive Uber anymore, but
Right.
fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
It's still, I mean, that's why I'm really hoping the work towards getting the bigger
Yeah.
agency.
Good.
I really hope I'm on the verge of bigger things because I think I was talking to the universe the other day and I said,
Yeah.
okay, I put in those 10 years. They say 10 years.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I was like, I think it's time. I've paid my dues. So
Yeah.
hopefully somebody out there is
Gotta
listening. But
manifest it. So
yes,
what advice would you say to someone like going through that and saying, okay, today's a down day. Like we all have our down days. And how
yeah.
do we get out of it? What is something that you use as a tool or a source for yourself to like stay motivated? Or what advice would you give to somebody?
A couple things, I think. Sometimes when I'm feeling, and I mean, I've had many days where I woke up and said, but like I said, I mean, it's a really difficult industry.
Right.
There's definitely no guarantees.
Mhm.
There's so much you don't have control over. So sometimes you wake up and you're like, maybe I really should just go back to an office, right? With all that
Yeah.
predictability and everything. And I think a couple things I would suggest. Try to just from a there's proactive things you can do, but just from a mental perspective, I guess sort of it's easy to get in that loop.
Oh
So
yeah.
when I'm feeling that way, I reach out to somebody.
Nice.
I reach out to external perspective.
Mhm.
I Is extremely helpful for me. I can get in my head a lot,
Oh yeah.
and so I will reach out to a friend of mine,
Okay.
or
Good.
and a lot of times it helps if it's somebody in the industry, but if it's not,
Mhm.
that's okay too.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
just getting outside of that bubble in your head and
Yeah.
having somebody that you now try to make sure it's somebody who's going to encourage you.
Yeah.
But that's one thing that I definitely do. And I think that always really helps kind of, ground me a little bit and be like, you're
Right.
working hard, you're doing your best. And then I think try to try to do something creative, just a
Mhm.
little something, no matter what it is. Just maybe write a little something, or I don't know, whatever that piece
Okay.
of things is for you in the industry,
Right.
just do a little bit of something. Or
Mhm.
even if it's just maybe it doesn't have to be creative, or like write an email to somebody and say, "Hey, can we do you want to get together this weekend and like
Right.
brainstorm?"
Right.
Right? There's just
Good.
something where you're doing
Yeah.
something, you're being proactive.
For sure.
Um, it doesn't have to be a huge thing.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I've
Simple
done
is
that with
easy.
friends of mine all the
Yeah.
time. Yeah, just let's brainstorm and
Mhm.
maybe come up with a small
Yeah.
project we could do together so that we're creating something. Or photographer friend of mine, let's just go do a shoot real
Right.
quick.
Yeah.
Or just something to kind of
Mhm.
remind you why you love it. Because a lot of times I question it, and it's when I've had time off, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's not going, and I haven't had a
Yeah.
job. And as soon as I get in front of the camera, I
It's
mean,
back
all that
on.
goes
Yeah.
away. I mean, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
you know,
I
which
find
is
it
why
no, for sure. I find
yeah.
it helpful when I walk the dog. That's my quiet peace time. I really as much as I know the neighborhood, I still see something new every day, and I really
Yes.
allow myself to kind of that's where I do my crazy Gemini thinking and all my big ideas. It's like, "Oh, yeah," then I can come back. I'm like, "Oh, I had this really cool idea right now," and I just to me, that is some therapy. Um, it's just another
Yeah.
therapeutic outlet because I get fresh air. I try not to do the phone. There's sometimes like because I take 3 walks a day with her. The first one I just try to have
Oh,
just clear, no phone, and then like
yes.
later in the afternoon, I'm like, oh, I'll listen to a podcast, or I'll just try. That's when I try to maximize, and I'll make a bunch of phone calls. And then it's
Yep.
about that sunset nighttime. It's a little bit cool. And we'll take her for a walk after dinner. And it's just more like we just walk and talk, me and my girlfriend. So I just feel like these are the moments that are just kind of just helpful,
Yes.
and that just works for me. Just the fresh air and just
I
being
think
in
so
that,
too. And being active also, I mean, there's all sorts of things. You just kind of have to find what works for you.
right,
But
exactly.
there's I feel like a lot of people, including myself, get
Yeah,
trapped in the thought that I've gotten much better over the years about allowing myself to rest.
yeah,
So it's okay if I didn't do anything but watch a documentary today. Or, I mean,
yeah,
some days, right? Like that's okay because
yeah.
odds are, if you allow yourself that rest, you
Hmm.
will actually be more
Yeah,
productive on the other side than if you try to force yourself through.
yeah. It's tough because I don't do that, and that's hard because in my mind, I still treat Monday through Friday as if I'm working. This is me.
Yep.
So I stay in my office. I'll put on music or whatever. 'Cause I know once I turn on the TV and say, "Oh, I'm going to watch this," I'll get in a habit, and I don't want to do that. So I
Sure.
really have to stay focused, and it's very tough sometimes. Like, you know what? I really need a power nap. And I
Yep.
will allow myself that 15 minutes because I judge myself like, oh, I don't want to be seen lazy or I didn't do this or do that. So it is very rare that I take that day off. I'm like, I want to just watch TV today. I just don't.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Everyone works differently.
Yes.
But I treat every day as if it's a work day, even though I don't have a standard, 9 to 5 or a place to go. I just always have to be putting in the work and
Yes.
doing things or networking or even just
Yep.
reading books. I just have to keep filling the brain,
Right,
but that's
exactly,
fine
and
with
that
me.
can even be for me, I think sometimes I sometimes I don't even realize that some of the rest is probably contributing to some of the creativity
Mhm.
also, because what
Yep.
I'm drawn to is, so it all kind of feeds. Like,
Yeah.
I would actually love to do a documentary one day.
Nice.
I've
What would
always
you do it on?
I don't know, and that's
Okay.
the problem. Yeah, that's the problem. I feel like if I knew already, I would already
Yeah.
have it
Yeah.
going. So I don't know. I think it would be, but I think they're so interesting, and I just think, and so much good comes from a lot of them too, by putting
Yeah.
information out and everything like that. I just think and telling people stories. I mean, movies do that as well, but
What about
you hear
even like the
people.
boudoir in that sense? If that is a movement and people are doing that, is that something to enlighten people? Like, hey, this is something that I don't know. Is there a documentary on that? I have no idea.
I have thought about that a little bit. It's much more mainstream now than it was.
Oh, okay. See,
Um,
I don't know.
yeah, but I don't know if there's, just because I say that, I mean, I don't think there's still so much that people don't understand,
Well,
and
okay, so like
I mean, the
exactly.
stigma is still alive and well, so
Right.
that
So
could
like
be.
where you live, is that a thing? Like it's like, again, I keep using New York and Paris or whatever I'm thinking, but you're not in that area. Do you get looks from people or do people know like your neighbors like you do that? Or is it one of those things like, hey, I don't know.
No, it's not. It's one of those things where, if I ever, being around here is interesting. It's kind of, this is a good way to explain it. I don't know if people would openly judge me to my face for that. I'm sure it
Right.
would be behind my back.
Right.
Also like a DC thing, I think.
Oh, okay.
Just the way it is here. I think politics and such, put on a nice face, and
Oh yeah.
but I think the not everybody's like this, but I think I've been in rooms with people
Mhm.
before, and it just, people always ask you what you do. I don't know if it's like that in New York. I guess it's
Yes.
kind of
Yeah,
like that too,
sometimes.
but
Sometimes.
like here, for some reason, like, that is one of the first questions
They
people
just want
always
to know.
ask you
Yeah.
if you're meeting when you're meeting people is, "Hi,
Mhm.
what do you do?" And so I said, "Oh, I'm a model and actor." And a lot of times people go, "Oh," as if, it's kind of like this, like,
You're like,
"Oh,
oh, that's
that's
nice. Yeah.
cute." Like, "That's nice." Like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's nice." Right? Because they kind of assume that you're either, it's just a hobby,
Right.
or,
Mhm.
you're not gonna make it,
Right.
or
Hmm.
that's cute that you think you
Yeah.
can do
Exactly.
that,
Exactly.
or like, good luck.
Yeah.
That's, and it might not be the intention, but it's kind of It's kind of the vibe I get. So I don't necessarily, I almost feel like the judgment comes more from that. But,
Yeah.
I also don't go up to people and say, I'm a boudoir model.
Right,
So,
right. For
I
sure.
mean, they would have to go to my website and
Yeah.
read
Just you
it or
don't
my
announce it type
Instagram.
of a thing.
Yeah. But I have been with people when we exchange Instagrams and
Mhm.
stuff. And, one of the pinned photos at the top of mine is a boudoir photo because
Okay.
that's one of the things I love.
Yeah.
And it's just and then it's that, and then my reel, and then my short film. Those are the three that are up at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
top. And, it does catch some people off guard. They're like, oh, like, and it's literally just me from the side. I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly. Yeah.
you can't see anything.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a,
It just
just a
yeah.
the profile
Yeah,
shot.
for
I
sure.
mean, I don't have clothes on. I have a
Yeah.
sheet. It's just, I
Yeah.
mean, it's something you would see.
It's normal, yeah.
It's a portrait.
Yeah, but people, yeah, they can be like, "Oh, risque."
Yeah, I mean, I don't, so it catches people off guard. I don't necessarily think it's a bad, it just is an indication to me that there
Right.
is still
Yeah.
very much there's
Closed-minded people and
yeah,
ideas, and then
yeah.
again, of course, we all know DC is a home of morals and values, so, you know.
Oh my God. Oh, oh, that's a whole separate podcast.
Oh, oh my god, yes,
Don't get
trust
me on
me.
my soapbox. I always tell people that. And be
No,
careful.
yeah.
Get me on my soapbox. I'll stay in there for a really long time. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but it's so that's kind of important to me too, to just
Mm,
keep, I don't know. I'm okay with it. Like I said,
mhm.
I've thought about
Right,
taking stuff down and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that because I
yeah.
don't think that helps anybody. Uh,
No, then
But yeah,
yeah, exactly.
I think that's a good point. I actually have I'm glad you mentioned that because I have if I were to do something, one of
Mhm,
the things that I've thought about, I have thought about that.
mhm.
I just don't know how I would go about doing
Right,
it. It would be like, is
okay.
there enough of an audience for it?
But,
I think it'd be pretty interesting.
but docs can also be short, they don't always have to be a feature length, you can do a 15-minute
No, that's true.
doc and get it into the short list for the Academy. It's just getting the story out there, and then that can build off to something else. Maybe, and I'm making that here's three different women from three different aspects. One's from Iowa, one's from New York, and one's from like I don't know. I made that up, but just what's the story? What's
Sure.
the journey?
Yeah.
But here's the question though: are there men that do boudoir, or is it pretty much just a female thing?
It's most, I would say like 99% women.
Okay.
But I mean, I think it should be you know, I'm not quite sure why. There is,
Right.
I do have yeah, I've never actually met him in person, but he is a photographer on Instagram, and he's super interesting because he's a boudoir photographer, so
Hmm.
he shoots women or whatever, but he also takes self-portraits
Oh
of
wow.
himself.
Oh wow. Okay.
Um, and so part of his mission is body positivity and everything as well, which is another, but that's, see, this is the words I was struggling for before.
Right.
That's
Right.
another great thing about boudoir is body positivity. So he's got like some stretch marks. He is not like six
Hmm.
pack,
For sure.
I
It's
mean,
normal.
so that's part of his, yeah. So that's part
Wow.
of his
Okay.
mission as well. So he does a lot of boudoir self portraits. And
Wow.
so he
Okay.
really wants to try to encourage more men to do it as well.
See, there's your
Marco
story.
actually just posted, I don't know who took these of him, but he just posted some photos that I think a fellow boudoir photographer took of him.
Yeah.
So he managed to get in front of the camera. So, I mean,
Nice.
there are benefits for everyone. I think
Yeah.
it's like anything else. It's like, um, people think of it as like lingerie, and people
For
think,
sure.
and
Yeah.
women are
Yeah.
mostly the sexualized ones, right? And so that's kind of how it started, and that's how people view it. And
Mhm.
so, if you come at it from a different lens,
Yeah.
then it becomes a very different thing with a very different purpose,
Yes.
which is the other purpose is fine too. It's great. Um, totally fine because that's also part of it. Like sexuality is obviously
Yeah.
part of it, and that is
Yeah.
totally fine.
Yeah.
That's actually, I mean, that's great.
Yeah.
We're, that's part of all of us. So I mean, that's the part that everybody, I don't know, like shies away
I
from.
know,
And
and it's sort of like, but we're all obsessed with it to some extent. But yeah,
I
it's
know,
so taboo, but it's not, and it's nice to kind of like have these open conversations and not be taboo. And it's like you're just asking questions sometimes, or you're just inquisitive, or we're all figuring out. We've
right.
all gone through our phases of exploration and figuring things out. And who am I? What am I? Who do I like? What do I like? I don't know. Just
Exactly. When I think I think so many issues for individuals stem from a lot of repression. And so
Hmm.
if you can start to break that down a bit,
Right.
I think you end up with a lot of a lot
More
healthier,
happier people.
psychologically healthier human beings,
I know. It's
in
crazy.
general.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean I
crazy.
mean, not you know, it's much more
Yeah.
complicated than that, but
Yeah.
I think that's part of it. I think that's
Yeah.
a big part of it. So, it's for better or worse, that it's become a lot more from that first photo shoot. Who knew?
Yeah. Well, I'm so excited that you were here. Thank you very much for your time. I'm gonna send me whatever you want me to blast up. Your short film, your links, anything like that.
Aw.
I also know too on your website, like people can order prints, autographed, something like that. So to support you,
Yeah,
am
they
I right
can,
with
yeah.
that?
Yes, you
Yeah,
are,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Yep.
anything like that, you're always welcome to, reach out, and I want nothing more success. And I know the next time we're going to talk, you're going to tell us all about this new agent or manager, whoever you got. You're going to be blowing up. You won't even be able to take my phone call. You'll be like, I'm too busy.
Oh, no,
Too busy.
I'll always be able to take your phone call.
Thank you, Nike. Seriously, this is an absolute pleasure. I'm so grateful. I want you to have a blessed day, a great week. We're halfway into the year. It's June 2026. So I
Mhm.
know literally stuff is going to be taken off for you. I can already
Oh,
feel it.
back at you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
No,
Thank
thank you
you.
very much. So
Thanks
until
for
the
having
next
me.
time, my
Yes.
name is Michael. This was Lindsay, and we will see you on the next episode. Peace out.